Imagine this for a second. You wake up in the morning, and the place around you is yours. Not rented, not financed, not something the bank can take away if life goes sideways. You're not checking your phone to see if rent has gone up again. You're not doing mental math about how much of your paycheck is already gone before it even hits your account. You make coffee in your own kitchen, you open your own door, and you step outside knowing that no one can tell you to leave. For a lot of Americans, that feeling sounds almost fictional now. And here's the part that feels uncomfortable to say out loud. For the first time in a long time, owning a home might actually be cheaper than continuing to rent. Not cheaper in the long run, cheaper up front, cheaper now. And the reason is a smart home that costs $7,999. For decades, we were taught the same story. Work hard, save money, buy a house, build equity. That story made sense when houses cost 3 times the average income. It completely breaks when homes cost 6, 7, or 10 times what most people earn. Somewhere along the way, the rules changed, but no one told us. Wages stayed flat. Housing prices exploded. Rent followed right behind. And now millions of Americans are stuck in a system where they're doing everything right and still falling behind. You can do the math 100 times, and it still doesn't work. That's the quiet frustration so many people feel but rarely talk about. And that's why this moment matters. Because what you're about to hear isn't hype. It isn't a fantasy. It isn't a scam pitch. It's a real shift happening quietly, on the edges of the housing market, where most people aren't looking. A fully enclosed, modern smart home is now being sold for less than $8,000. Not a down payment, not a deposit, the entire structure. And when you understand how it fits into U.S. housing law, zoning classifications, and tax rules, it becomes clear why this is even possible. It also becomes clear why it won't stay under the radar forever. Let's slow this down, because this is where most people get skeptical. When they hear a price like that, their brain immediately goes to worst-case assumptions. It must be tiny. It must be temporary. It must fall apart. It must not count as a real home. That reaction is understandable, because for decades, the only affordable housing options were either low quality or came with strings attached. But this is different. This is a prefabricated modular smart home built to modern standards, designed to be placed on land, connected to utilities, and occupied legally under specific classifications recognized in many U.S. states and counties. This is not a tent. It is not a camper. It is not a recreational vehicle meant for weekend trips. It is a permanent structure under modular or accessory dwelling classifications, depending on location. And that classification is everything. Because in the United States, how a home is defined matters just as much as how it's built. Zoning laws don't care about hype. They care about square footage, foundation type, mobility, and intended use. And this home was designed to sit right inside those rules instead of fighting them. That's the gap this smart home fills. The phrase free land sounds like something from another century, but it never actually went away. Across the United States, especially in rural and semi-rural counties, local governments are facing a serious problem. People are leaving. Young families move to cities, jobs disappear, tax bases shrink, schools close, towns slowly fade. To fight that, many counties and municipalities offer land incentive programs. Some give away lots outright. Some sell land for $1. Some waive property taxes for a number of years if you build and occupy a home. These programs exist right now, and they are legal, public, and documented. The problem has always been that traditional homes cost too much to build, even on free land. Because when a structure costs under $8,000, suddenly free land becomes usable land. Suddenly programs that sounded unrealistic start making sense. Suddenly owning a home without a mortgage is no longer a theoretical idea. It becomes a practical option. It's a legal classification outcome. In the U.S., property taxes are determined by classification and assessment. Homes under certain size thresholds. Homes classified as modular, movable, or accessory dwelling units. And homes not permanently affixed to a foundation. In some jurisdictions are taxed differently. Some are assessed as personal property instead of real estate. Some are assessed once at purchase instead of annually. Some fall under exemptions or minimal tax categories, especially in counties trying to attract residents. This does not apply everywhere, but it applies in enough places that people are already living this reality. Zero or near zero ongoing property tax is not a loophole. That changes everything. Think about what that means. No mortgage payment, no rent, no annual property tax bill growing every year. The biggest expense most Americans have simply disappears. That changes how you live. That changes what risks you can take. That changes how long you can survive a job loss. Now let's step inside this home, because this is where expectations fully collapse. From the outside, the design is clean and modern. Nothing flashy, nothing that screams luxury, just intentional simplicity, neutral colors, straight lines, large windows that pull in natural light and make the space feel larger than it is. The footprint is compact, but the layout is smart. And once you step inside, it becomes obvious this was designed by people who understand how people actually live. The main living area is open, not cramped. There's no wasted hallway, no dead corners. Every square foot serves a purpose. Smart lighting is already installed, not as an upgrade, not as an add-on. It's part of the home. You control it from your phone. Bright in the morning, warm at night. Automated schedules if you want them. The kitchen is small but real. Real counters, real storage, real electrical hookups. Enough space to cook, eat, and function without feeling like you're pretending. The bathroom is fully enclosed, with a proper shower, ventilation, and layout that respects privacy and hygiene. This isn't camping. This is living. The sleeping area is designed to be calm and efficient. Enough room for a bed, storage, and movement. And because the home includes smart climate control, the temperature stays consistent without wasting energy. That matters more than people realize until they've lived in places where heating and cooling costs spiral out of control. And then there's the part that really breaks expectations. This house is genuinely smart. Smart locks, remote access, climate automation, energy monitoring. This isn't a marketing checklist. These are functional systems that reduce costs and increase security. You can check your home from anywhere. You can control it remotely. You can see how much energy you're using and adjust behavior without guessing. At this price point, that level of technology should not exist. But it does. So how is this even possible? The answer isn't magic. It's efficiency. These homes are mass-produced instead of custom-built. Materials are used precisely instead of wasted. Designs are standardized instead of reinvented for every build. And most importantly, there are no traditional middlemen inflating costs. No massive real estate commissions. No developer markups. No luxury branding tax. You're paying for function, not image. Now let's be honest. This home is not for everyone. If you want a 3,000 square foot house in a gated suburb, this isn't that. But for millions of Americans, this is something far more valuable. It's freedom. It's security. It's the ability to stop playing defense with your finances. It's for first-time buyers who were told they'd never own. It's for remote workers who don't need to live near expensive cities anymore. It's for retirees who don't want their fixed income eaten alive by housing costs. It's for people who are tired of being one emergency away from financial collapse. And here's the part that really matters. This isn't just about one home. It's about what it represents. It's a signal that the old housing model is cracking. That ownership doesn't have to mean debt. That smart technology doesn't have to mean luxury pricing. That housing can be designed around people instead of profit margins. When systems start breaking, the first alternatives always look strange. Then they look interesting. Then they become normal. This is at the interesting stage right now. The real question isn't whether this is real. It is. The real question is how long it stays this affordable once enough people realize what's happening. Because once awareness spreads, demand follows. And when demand follows, prices change. Early adopters always have the advantage. Not because they're smarter, but because they were paying attention. So take a moment and really think about this. A home you own outright. Minimal taxes, smart technology, no mortgage, no rent. That idea alone would have sounded ridiculous not long ago. Now it exists. Quietly. legally. And right now, if this opened your eyes, make sure you support the channel, like the video, subscribe if you want more deep dives into technology and ideas that actually change lives, and tell me honestly in the comments, if this were an option for you, would you take it? Because whether people are ready or not, the future of housing in America is shifting. It's getting smaller, it's getting smarter, and for the first time in a long time, it's getting cheaper.